Hi folks, behind me is a car, Volkswagen Bora, that has got dodgy lights on it. The surface of the acrylic lens or the perspex lens has become crazed. You can see all the craze marks in there. That's in the surface of the lens. I should be able to polish that out the way I have this one here and get a much better light penetration through it, which is going to make it a safer car to drive in the night time. Just to give you a comparison of the light difference. On this side I'm holding that about 100 mil away from the lens and from the light. We're at an illuminance of 85 or 6 lux. 85, 95, 105, 110, oh boy, that's going up to 130, which is about a 50% increase in power from one side to the other based on the polishing I did on the headlight there. To polish the lens the way I have it done on the other side, it's a matter of starting off with this little scourer pad, which is like a pot scrub or a Scotch-Brite. 600 grit paper, buff it with 600 by hand, 800, 1000, on each occasion using cutting compound. When you finish with the cutting compound, you need to go through it with some auto polish and a buffing pad on a battery drill or a mains drill if you'd rather do it that way. But the first thing I'm going to do is mask around the outside because I don't want to damage the paintwork on here. I could take the headlight out, but that requires me to remove the entire grille and bumper, and I don't want to work that hard. Poke the edge behind. Oops. And I'm concerned that one layer of tape will burn through with the buffing machine and the paper, so I'll put 2 on it just to be sure. Battery drill and buffer from the. I could be using a rotating pad that would give me spirals, but I know from experience spirals are harder to polish out, straight lines are easier to polish out. This is the most aggressive tool I'm using, so I'm going to go out of my way not to bump those edges because I'm pretty confident it'll go through the paper. And it's taken away all of these undulations and indiscrepancies and so on, and that's what I want to start with, is a flat surface so I can polish down layer by layer. I think it's important not to hold it in any one spot, otherwise you'll dig a hole. And start polishing with the 600 grit paper. 600 grit paper. Oh, other thing I didn't mention, tub of water as well to lubricate the paper. Bit of water, bit of cutting compound. Then, with a flat hand action, try not to work too much in the middle because the middle gets done no matter what. Work towards the edges where you can, trying to keep as flat a piece of paper on the acrylic or on the lens cover as possible. Give it a wipe, see how it looks. Right, I've uniformly ruined it. No light will penetrate through that. It'd be worse than when we started. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. I've got rid of all of that surface crazing around here. Now for the next paper, 800 grit. We've done 6, 8, then 1000. And if you're not already aware, the numbers indicate how many particles of material or abrasive material, mineral, are on the surface of the paper per square centimetre. Then the 600 grit paper has taken out the abrasive lines that were put in it and put a bunch of 600 grit lines or 600 grit abrasion lines across the surface of it. Now I want to rub through those and get down to a surface that is covered in 800 grit lines, which are closer together and smaller. Splash. Yeah, that's worked. Even though it's still quite hazy and frosty looking, it's a more uniform frost, and you can see into it further than you could a few minutes ago. So the next paper should do the world of good. And now for the car polish. Bit more polish. Bit of liquid to help lubricate it. Something to clean my hands. High speed. Just to give you a demo on how well that's working, I'll take the polish off the bottom, clean the top, and you can see fairly convincingly how much better that is than that. Yeah, one looks as good as the other. I reckon that's about it. I might try a little bit more around the edges. I can see it's a tempting. Maybe I will a little bit. No, that works. Yeah, I'm happy with that. They look as bright as each other.